We spend about a third of our lives asleep, or at least we're supposed to. We trade it for work, for fun, we even kind of brag about how little we can get by on. But have you ever really stopped to think about what would happen if you just stopped sleeping altogether?
So, to really get why sleep is so critical, let's just go to the absolute extreme, right? I mean, what's the longest a person has ever intentionally stayed awake? What's the human breaking point?
Well, believe it or not, back in 1965, a 17-year-old high school student decided he was going to find out. And this wasn't some high-tech controlled lab experiment. Nope, it was a science fair project.
All right, so let's dive into the story of Randy Gardner. This kid, with a couple of his buddies, literally decided to break the world record for staying awake. He had absolutely no idea what he was getting himself into, or that he was about to become a walking, talking experiment on just how catastrophic sleep deprivation can be.
And man, things went downhill fast. Look at this timeline. By day 2, his eyes couldn't even focus properly. Day 3, he's getting moody, uncoordinated. By day 5, he starts hallucinating, seeing things that aren't there. And by the time he hit the end, day 11, he was a total wreck. Paranoid, memory completely shot, slurring his speech, he was literally unraveling right before their eyes.
So what was the final number? A staggering 264 hours. That is 11 full days with zero sleep. Can you even imagine? When it was all over, he crashed, slept for more than 14 hours straight while doctors were hooked up to him, just trying to figure out what on earth his brain had just gone through.
Okay, so Randy's story is intense. It's an extreme example, for sure. But it begs the question, right? Why did his brain basically fall apart? What is actually going on up there when you starve it of sleep?
Okay, so here's the first major problem. Think of the part of your brain that makes new memories, kind of like a memory inbox. When you're sleep deprived, that inbox gets completely full, and it just shuts down. It can't accept any new information. So, new experiences, new facts, they effectively just bounce. They can't get in. You're basically walking around with a form of amnesia.
But it's not just about memory. Oh no, it gets much worse. See, all day long while you're awake and thinking and doing stuff, your brain cells are firing away. And just like a busy city, they produce a ton of, well, toxic waste.
And this is where sleep becomes the superhero. During deep sleep, your brain kicks on this amazing cleaning system. It's called the glymphatic system. It's like a power wash cycle that flushes out all that metabolic junk, including a nasty toxic protein called beta amyloid. Now, if you don't sleep, that cleaning crew never shows up, and that toxic gunk, it just builds up. And here's the scary part. Beta amyloid is one of the key proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease.
So yeah, the brain takes a huge hit. But don't think for a second the rest of your body gets off easy. A lack of sleep is a full-on systemic assault. Get this, just one night of sleeping only 4 to 5 hours, that's it, one bad night, and the number of critical cancer-fighting immune cells in your body can plummet by 70%. 70. That's how fast and how severe the damage is.
And it doesn't stop there. What about your heart? Well, if you're someone who routinely gets 6 hours of sleep or less, your lifetime risk of a fatal heart attack or stroke skyrockets by 200%. It's not an exaggeration to say that sleep is basically essential medicine for your cardiovascular system.
I mean, just look at this breakdown. The damage is everywhere. Let's start with the reproductive system. For guys, just 1 week of short sleep ages your testosterone levels by 10 years, a full decade. Then there's your immune system. We already talked about those cancer-fighting cells. The link is so clear that the World Health Organization calls shift work a probable carcinogen. Crazy, right? Your heart? It misses its nightly reboot that lowers blood pressure. And your metabolism? It gets all out of whack, making it harder to process sugar, which is directly linked to diabetes and obesity. It is a total body problem. Okay, so right now you're probably thinking, sure, but that's Randy Gardner. I'm not pulling an 11-day all-nighter. And you're right. But here's the truly scary part. You don't have to. The damage kicks in way, way sooner than you think. So what's the magic number? How long does it take before your performance actually starts to tank? 24 hours? Maybe 36? No, it's just 16 hours. 16. Think about that. If you get up at 7 in the morning, by 11 o'clock that same night, your brain and your body are already starting to degrade. That's how long we're designed to be optimally awake. And this is the comparison that should really hit home. Once you've been awake for 20 hours, your level of impairment is the same as someone who is legally drunk. I'll say that again. Being tired for 20 hours is like being legally drunk. Your reaction time, your judgment, it's all compromised. There's a reason they say drowsy driving is drunk driving.
And if you want some large-scale, real-world proof, look no further than that global experiment we all participate in, daylight saving time. Every spring, when we lose just 1 hour of sleep, hospitals report a 24% jump in heart attacks the very next day. That's what losing a single hour of sleep can do.
So what's the bottom line here? It's pretty clear. We have to completely change the way we talk and think about sleep. It is not a luxury. It's not a sign of weakness to need it. It is a non-negotiable biological necessity.
And I love this quote from the sleep expert Matthew Walker. He says, wakefulness essentially is low-level brain damage. And when you think about it, he's right. Being awake creates all that toxic waste. Sleep is the only time our body gets to go in and repair the damage of just being alive and awake. So every single night, while you're out cold, this incredible symphony of restoration is happening inside you. Your brain is getting that power wash. Your body is literally repairing your DNA. Your immune system is reloading its weapons. Your memories are being filed away safely. And your heart and cardiovascular system get a full reset. It's amazing.
So let's just boil it down. Sleep is your brain's rinse cycle. It's your immune system's charging station. It's the best medicine for your heart. It's your free built-in memory enhancer. It's not optional, it's essential.
And listen, you cannot cheat the system. You can't hack biology. Think of sleep like a bank. You can't just keep making withdrawals without eventually paying it back. And the interest on that sleep debt, it's brutal. It's paid with poor health, a foggy brain, and a higher risk for all sorts of diseases. The bill always comes due. So I'll leave you with this one simple question. Now that you know all of this, knowing what's really happening when you close your eyes, how are you going to treat your sleep tonight?